Senator.
Senator Jack was right. If you don't have the votes, you don't have the vote. You don't need, what we're saying is you don't need the votes to move this forward. We're here today because things like you're proposing aren't getting done. If they were getting done, and you have a lot of support from the audience, then we wouldn't be here talking about mayoral takeover versus this. Because if you have measurable goals and you reach those goals, the next administration that comes in or the next education plan that comes in, if you're showing successes, it's less likely that those are going to be changed.
Well, I would again say they're not being done, and that's what we're saying. We're mandating that they be done. That's part of the goal, I think, of the bill. But I think Dr. Barnes
Senator Harper, actually some of the things that is the old argument, and some of the things that do require outside legislation to have an intergovernmental agreement to get a mayor's service house. I talked with the mayor relative to a partnership. Secretary Duncan, he specifically called for a partnership as opposed to the mayor control in 3 cities. He called for a partnership in Detroit, Los Angeles, and Milwaukee. I approached the mayor about a partnership in between the MPS and Milwaukee, and the mayor has no interest in the partnership. He made that clear. He has no interest in the partnership. So the proposed legislation will force a partnership. And the mayor said, well, it's not about him. Well, if that's the case, if you become governor or move on, the legislation would require a partnership. But right now, to have a partnership, unless the parties agree to the, and the third mayor indicated he has no interest in the partnership. And that's the place back to Secretary Ernie Duncan specifically called for a partnership in the city of Milwaukee, Detroit, and Los Angeles.
I have Senator Grothman and then Representative Snickey. Senator Grothman?
Okay, a couple comments. First of all, I'm going to jump away for a second for an hour. It's nothing against these folks, just to understand I got another committee going on in Madison this second. So when I leave, it's nothing against you folks. Second quick comment. I want to emphasize, that several times Mr. Bonds talked about lack of funding and difficult budgets. So people here understand, I represent West Bend, Wisconsin. You guys get about 23% more per pupil than we spend in West Bend. And where I come from, the questions I get is how in the world is all this money going to Milwaukee? What are they doing with all this additional money that they don't need in West Bend? So it offends me a little when we apply that, we've got a money problem in Milwaukee. If you want to, maybe sometime we can go up and talk to the administrators up in West Bend and see how you can operate with over $2,000 plus a pupil. But the question I have for you, prior to coming here today, I talked to several people involved in Milwaukee, and every one of them says the same thing. The biggest problem they have is they have a lot of bad people who they can't move out of the schools. The best they can do is try to shuffle them from one school to the next. I'm going to ask the authors, and Mr. Bonds? Dr. Bonds, I'm sorry. Dr. Bonds, would you be supportive of doing something making it easier to get bad teachers and administrators out of the MPS system?
Currently, we do have processes that allow that. So that's really a misperception when people say that you can't get rid of teachers. Teachers and principals get fired all the time if you don't do that. So it's not as difficult. You do have a collective bargaining process that the board honors where you have to follow certain procedures, but once you follow those procedures, if someone is bad, they would get placed on. And I do believe you got to protect people who have due process rights that they are entitled to. And relative to the issue about funding, my comment was that MPS is the only district that's funded 2 separate school districts, and that a lot of times we get criticized for the money that we spent because people look at all the money that's coming to the district. But a lot of that, about 20% of our budget is going to fund the school district we have zero say over. And then relative to maximizing the dollars, I've always advocated that MPS, up until the last 2 years, have not maximized the resources we have. And with this current board, we've been able to redirect those resources into the classroom. I'll be the first to argue that I still believe we have millions of dollars inefficiencies that we haven't realized yet. But the current board is addressing those issues. And we said about being able to educate a community to $2,000, that's what a student population that the MPS has is a lot more challenging. I indicated that we have a high special ed population. Because of the various state options available, whether it's open or choice or whatever, the MPS is left with the most challenging population to deal with. We currently live in the 7th poorest city in America, so that's the educational poverty. 85% of our students qualify for free or reduced lunch. So you have a very highly impoverished population. So some of the challenges in West Bend, and what I understand West Bend, they have its financial challenges. The MPS has its challenges too. And so what I'm saying, you look at what it costs to educate students from a urban school district like Milwaukee, when you got the most dependent population to educate, and then given the socioeconomic conditions in the city, you'll see that we do have more financial challenges, but have we maximized the resources in the district? No. But I believe that the current board is on the tax making sure that occur, yes. One of the things I've been arguing for since I've been on the board is the need to shrink the district. We currently have a capacity of 115,000 students building-wide, but the reality is we only have 80,000 students, 85,000. So we have to shrink the district to maximize the resources. And that requires to make hard decisions like closing schools. In the two and a half years I've been on the board, we have closed over 20 schools. We have had to cut back on certain contracting things, which I thought was good, but we have had to cut back on busing and everything else, so we have had to make those hard decisions. But the reality is we do have a unique population that requires additional funding, but I believe that we have maximized all the funds in the district here. No, we haven't. We still got work to do.
Thank you. Just one Yeah. You happened to bring up another topic of mine which bothers me. I have toured some of your choice schools. And one of the things I like about the choice schools, you might want to tour some of them yourself, is that frequently they find that when students transfer from MPS to the choice schools, students that you labeled emotionally disturbed or learning disabled, which I think is a very difficult thing to say about somebody. When they get to the choice schools, they find there's nothing wrong with those children. I wonder, are you looking into aggressively as to whether you are over-labeling children in Milwaukee public schools?
Well, actually, that's part of the lawsuit that's occurring. It's a change lawsuit that's occurring now, and that's one of the aspects. But it's also a transfer two-way effect. So it's not just that students are going from MPS to choice, but students are also coming back from choice to MPS. Because a lot of times what happens is after the schools get the money put for active, students come back to MPS, but the dollars don't come back. So it's not like it's just a one-way where students are going to MPS. You do have success stories, but the success stories are both ways. You have had situations where students leave choice, they didn't label bad, and choice has succeeded in MPS. And you also have situations where students been labeled in MPS and succeeded in choice. So this is a two-way street.
Thank you very much. The next person we have to question is Representative Sinicki.
Senator Lane, could I just add a 10-second addition to the last piece, if I could?
Okay.
And that is just that our bill, we also have a piece that directs DPI and MPS to conduct a survey upon entrance and exit of every public and choice charter, every school, to find out why parents are moving their children from one system to another, what the issues are with parental involvement. So some of the things that you're saying, we are creating a tool to get at that and have evidence and research to help guide us how we move in the future. So that is something that we do address in our bill.
And our bill is the only one that addresses ineffective principles, and we have a process of dealing with them.
Representative Sinicki.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is for Dr. Vance. I think everybody here knows two of the biggest problems in Milwaukee public schools are poverty and mobility. And I just want to say, now suddenly the mayor and the common council is all all excited about they can offer MPS wraparound services to address some of these issues. Have they talked about that in the past now? Because it seems to me they don't need to do a takeover to help you address two of the biggest issues in the system.
Actually, I have,
Briefly, Dr. Box, you really need to get some
I've actually talked to them about partnership on a specific issue. Once again, you indicated yes, no, some partnership.
Thank you all very much for your testimony. I appreciate your patience in waiting and your ability to